Greer. Greer. What are we getting?
Chicks.
Chicks!
Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Taylor at Watson Ridge Farm. This is going to be our second video introducing the animals on our farm. So today we're going to talk about chicks. Our last video was about the chickens. We had 9 chickens, posted that video, and sadly that night we lost Black Betty. She was a black Australorp. All of these chickens that we bought were around 4.5, 5 years old, which is the end of their egg laying days and towards the end of their lifespan as far as farm raised chickens. And unfortunately we lost one, and at least was with 8, 6 of which lay on a regular basis. We have one Easter egger that continues to lay a blue egg for us, but it's every other day, and it's actually been about a week since we got one from her. She's done this before, so hopefully she'll start laying again. But anyway, so when you're trying to do a business selling eggs, you need more production than that. So we got chicks. A little information about chicks. If you did not know, it takes them about 16 weeks at the earliest to start laying. So when you go and pick them up at the store, do not expect to get any eggs from your chicks for at least 4 months. Probably be safer bet to expect probably 5.5 months to get eggs out of your chicks. It's just about the standard. So if you're running out right now due to the coronavirus and you're trying to get your own chickens or raise your own meat or whatever like that, it takes time. It's not something you go out and you get right away. So anyway, we decided we were gonna buy some chicks. So we went to Rural King, my favorite store. If you've never been to a Rural King, it's fantastic. It is a farmer's Walmart, and it's incredible. They had all sorts of different breeds. They probably had 20 different bins out there. But mainly we wanted to go get Easter eggers and black Australorps. Easter eggers lay anywhere from a green to a blue to a almost pinkish colored egg. And Australorps lay a dark brown, well, it's not really a dark brown, but it's a brown egg. And both of them lay really well. So that's what we were looking to get. And Rural King didn't have that. So as we walked around and did our research, we settled on some of the breeds that they had. A Calico Princess, breed I'd never heard of but looked up. They're supposed to produce around 290 eggs a year. So that's pretty good. They're hardy. They'll be able to tolerate the temperatures of Kentucky pretty well. Then we also got Barred Rocks. I really like Barred Rocks. They're beautiful color. If you see them, they've got little bars that run across them basically. They're black with white barring across. Plymouth Barred Rocks, what they are, and they are really, really beautiful birds. Sorry, got distracted there. We got a new puppy, a livestock guardian dog, and she decided she was going to take off running through the woods, so we had to stop and do that. But anyways, like I was saying, the Sapphire Gem, it's a gray bird. It lays a bunch of eggs. I think they're supposed to lay 290 a year as well. And then the Blue Lace Wyandottes that Daria wanted just because they're pretty. They only lay like 240 eggs a year, but she's happy, I'm happy. But anyways, so we decided to do that, and we were going in with the intention of buying 10 birds. So now is the time to let you in on a little secret. There's a term called chicken math. So if you plan on going to buy 10 birds, you buy 20. Basically whatever number you have set doubles. So we bought 20 birds. Of those 20 that we've raised, we are left with 17. And I'm gonna go ahead and let Daria introduce those to you.
Jace, you trying to find some chickens? Trying to find the chickens? Where are the chickens? Yeah.
All right, this is a Calico Princess. She's light brown in color, kind of almost orange, real light underneath. She is about 9 weeks old, and she lays a light brown egg. And then little man here has a barred rock. She is black and white colored. She's the same age as the Calico Princess. They're about the same size bird. I'll hold them up next to each other. See? And she also lays a large brown egg. They're both really good egg producers. Pick one up and give it to Mommy. I want to pet this gray one right here. All right, this is a sapphire gem. She lays a cream-colored egg. She's a smaller bird, super feisty. She doesn't like to be held. I gotta hold on to her kind of tight. And this one right here is the blue-laced Wyandotte. Can't really tell her color very well. I'll get a different one here in a second. They're about the same size. They're a little bit more docile, but they also lay a cream-colored egg. Both are really good egg producers, and I just think the blue-laced Wyandottes are gorgeous.
Okay.
All right, here's another blue-laced Wyandotte. The roosters are the ones that are really blue. In some shades, some sunlight, she'll look a little blue. But they actually are very widely ranged in color. This one you can tell is a lot lighter than the other one. But they're just gorgeous. They're just beautiful birds. Oh yeah, they're drinking water. Got that one? Put her in. Good job.
So we went ahead and put those chicks in the big coop with the big hens. We did it probably about 4 weeks earlier than we really anticipated, because this coop behind me is not big enough. We were told at Tractor Supply that it would hold 10 to 12 large birds. So I figured, hey, you know, half-size birds would be able to hold 20. That's not true. It could probably hold 6. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at coops. Plan on having a little bit more space and needing more space and whatever they say you do. But we've got some plans for this. Next year, we're looking at possibly getting into some meat chickens and raising some chickens for meat. We're going to put some sleds on this and drag it around on our field so they're protected from the predators, but also being able to graze on the grass and any bugs and whatnot that they find in the field. So remember that chicken math we talked about? Yeah. So we joined Facebook groups. That was probably the first mistake. And we found Easter eggers. So Daria was like, we're gonna get some. So we got some. So on the way to go pick those up, I had to go get a feeder at Tractor Supply, and they just got a fresh shipment of chicks in. So of the 8 Easter eggers Daria bought, I brought home a total of 16 new chicks. These chicks are only about 3.5 weeks old now, and they're doing really well. But yeah, so we finally got those Easter eggers.
This is the Americana, also known as the Easter egger. They'll lay olive egg or a blue egg. Gently, hold underneath. Good job. And they're really pretty birds too. We've got some adult Americanas out there. Only one of them lays though right now because they're getting older. So these little babies are gonna lay some colored eggs for us. What else we got down in here? Let's put her down. Let's see, we've got Golden Comet. Really similar coloring to our Calico Princess. They lay, I don't know what color those lay.
I think it's a brown egg.
Brown egg. Listen, I sent Taylor to pick up just the Americanas from a local guy. He stops at Tractor Supply and picks up double, 8 more on top of. Let go over. So he came back with double the amount of chicks that we were supposed to have. This is Leghorn. Leghorns are dual purpose, meaning they're meat and egg, but we're just going to use them for eggs. Careful, careful, careful. Gently. They lay a white egg. Okay, they lay a large white egg. So we'll have more than just brown and blue and cream. We'll have some white too. Don't just drop. You have to be gentle. What else do we have in here, babe?
And then
This one right here, they told us, you can see the color, the kind of dark stripe here. A little bit lighter on the bottom, not quite the same color as the Americana Stop. I'm just trying to show the color here. Okay. And that one came from Tractor Supply. We were told it was an Australorp. It's not. Australorps are much darker than this. Careful. Okay, good job.
I can do it.
Stop. Okay. Is that it? Is that all we have in here?
that's it.
Yeah. All right, this is an Australorp. See how it's got a little bit of light on the belly? When they're babies, there'll be a little bit more light. This one is about 5 weeks old. Already has her adult feathers, so we just need her to grow. And so she's already lost all her baby feathers, but her baby feathers will be really light underneath. You can kind of see underneath, under her head there, how light she is. These Australorps are probably one of the best laying birds that you can find. They lay a large brown egg, and they'll lay year-round for you. Of course, egg production will slow down in the wintertime, but they're real good. We've got 4 of these, so we realized that the Australorps that we got from Tractor Supply weren't really Australorps. We don't know what they are, so I guess check back with us later when they're older and we'll find out. But so I found these on another local person on a Facebook page. They're really pretty. If you guys follow our Facebook page, you'll know that our other Australorp, Black Betty, died. So we kind of wanted to replace her. She wasn't laying for us, but these girls will lay for us, hopefully.
But ultimately, what I really wanted was black Australorps. So on the Facebook page, I was able to find black Australorps. So I got some. Actually, Daria found them, but then we went and picked them up. But I was really happy because these are the chicks that I really wanted. So we brought them home, and after one night, we discovered that their poop was a little bloody. So after doing some research, and I highly advise if you do decide to get into the chicken game, farming game, really any sort of animal game, that you have some sort of person in contact with you that can point you in the right direction when times like this arise. Luckily, I'm fortunate enough to have a good friend that I work with who's been with chickens his entire life, and was able to communicate with him a little bit, get some information on forms of treatment. So the bloody poop that's in the Australorps is a sign of coccidiosis. That's why it's really important. And we fed all of our chicks that we've had since day one. We fed them this feed right here. This is a medicated chick starter, so it's got a little bit of treatment for the coccidiosis inside of the feed. So it gives them a little bit of treatment and protection from developing those osteocysts inside their intestines. The Corid is something I had on hand for another one of our animals out here, which will be the next one that we introduce to you all. And it was very, very important that we had this on hand because coccidiosis is a silent killer. You might not know that your herd or your flock or whatever is infected, and you need to be able to treat it quickly. So it's always good to have something like that on hand. The Corid, there's better stuff out there. Like I said, my buddy at work told me about some stuff that's better that's out there, but it costs $125 a bottle. I got this for $14 at Tractor Supply. You measure out what you need, mix it in with the water, and there you go. You got a little bit of treatment. So while the black Australorps were not in with the rest of my chickens, the rest of my chickens are now getting a little bit of the Amprolium just as a base layer in case for some reason that coccidiosis starts to take over, because I do have them in close range, but they're not right on top of each other. So hopefully this will take care of any problems that might arise with that. So there you have it, guys. That's an introduction to chicks. I'm grateful that you all took the time to stop and watch this video. It means a lot to us. If you liked it, if you learned something, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications anytime we post a new video. Like I said, I really appreciate you all taking the time out of your day to see what we've got going on out here at the farm. But before we go, I'm gonna leave you with a little quick sneak peek of what's coming next, so you can get an idea of what else we've got out here on this farm.